Folks, what's up? This is Michael in the wee hours of the night on the graveyard shift with your daily trivia question. Once again, happy Tuesday. I hope your week is going well. We are just getting started. We've got a ways to go, so let's just keep on going. So the answer to the previous trivia question was a little company you may have heard of called IBM. In 1924, Thomas Watson took charge of the Computing, Tabulating, Recording Company, also known as CTR, and he renamed it International Business Machines, what we know as IBM, and he expanded the company's growth into a household name like you can't believe. So in the 1920s and 30s, IBM launched the public address system used by schools. The Social Security Administration adopted the company's punch card machines to help build its new network of Social Security numbers for all citizens. And they invented the first calculator. This was some of the first kind of innovative things that they were doing. Jump to the late 50s, the company invented the first practical example of artificial intelligence, when the IBM 704, as it was known, was programmed to not only play checkers, but to learn from its own experiences. Again, this is one of the first times this had happened. Meanwhile, the U.S. Navy is using IBM products to calculate gun trajectories on its ships. They had their hands in everything, folks. Throughout the 60s, IBM employees and computers helped NASA track the orbital flight of the Mercury astronauts while we were involved in the space race, as well as support the subsequent Gemini and Saturn flights and the lunar missions as well. IBM was all up in that. They had their hands involved in all of that. They invented the UPC barcode. A lot of people don't know that, which is still used on everything that we do and buy today at grocery stores. Take it to the checkout, it's scanned. IBM came up with that. And the magnetic strip on the back of all of our bank cards and so forth. All of that, IBM. IBM dominated mainframe computing and computer platforming well into the early 80s. And in this era, IBM dominated the market with the company making 60 to 70% of all business computers during that time worldwide. It has often been said that in the world of Facebook, Google, Amazon, Apple, Twitter, all of those things, IBM probably invented half the technology that got us where we are today. IBM owned at one point the tech space and was the go-to company for invention. I don't know if you remember, I think it was back in the early 2000s, IBM Watson, which was the answering question and answering device kind of technology. That was innovative in and of itself. A lot of y'all are probably too young to remember that in the age of Alexa and so forth. And also the Watson that competed in Jeopardy, that was all up in IBM. It was all about IBM. And those two Watson innovative products, if you will, were named after Thomas Watson, the CEO from the 1920s. Today, IBM is a major research organization with an annual revenue of $57.3 billion with a B dollars. Not too shabby. And that brings us to today's trivia question for February 15th. This is such a cool trivia question, and you will be surprised how many people do not know this or will not get this right. On this day in 399 BC, going back just a ways, this famous Greek philosopher was sentenced to death by the city of Athens for corrupting the minds of the youth of the city and for impiety. I had heard he issued an apology for his actions, but I don't know if his heart was in it or not. That was a clue. Good luck, folks. Enjoy your Tuesday. I'll see you next time. Peace out.